bottom now so that it gives it that much better of a chance of not cracking. So I just go from the inside out and push that in. And that's why this part of my thumb is going to go out someday, because that's all going. What I'm doing is clawing it like this, and then as I do that, they control it going up and in with this. But that I'm going to maybe have to do it a different way, because that hurts a lot sometimes. Now what I'm going to do is, this inside hand is going to go down into the corner and hold really steady, and I'm going to push this fat part, this really, where all this clay is left, push really hard against that. And that's going to start this ridge right here that I'm going to follow through up until it goes away. I'm making these mugs really thick because that's why I have to really carve out. Normally I could make it a lot this big with that much clay, but I need it to be thick. So. Then we'll go and have ridges are in there, it makes it really hard to scrape out.
I see.
Straight edge here, just work it all straight. And that's why everything's straight around here. People really like the round, and I actually need to make a round one for some lady that likes them round, but then it won't get scraped out, it'll just get sanded like that picture was. Pretty big coffee mug. Can't ever leave water in the bottom or they'll crack for sure. Get that out of there. And then somewhere in this huge mess, I got a scraper. This is so ordinary. Here. I dumped that down into the water and that'll make a pretty good sized mug, even though it's a lot less clay. If you go into the Apple Valley Market tomorrow, which is a good place to go, then the guy that does the coffee there, his mother-in-law, this is her mug.
Okay, cool.
She's more concerned about the shape of the mug than the Red Canyon, the designs that come out, so she likes a nice round one like that.
Oh, I see that really cleans up the patterns.
Yeah, which isn't why I'm doing this so much, because I have to sand it all off anyway, but it's adding strength to it so that it takes that excess moisture out so that I can get it off the wheel and stuff. But it is neat to see what it's going to look like. After it's dry, I can trim it and trim most of it off, but I still have to sand it. Remember when I said it was at the bottom, there was wider spaces?
Yeah.
So what I'm thinking about is cutting these corners off, and so it mixes it up more at the bottom, and then I'll just use this one at the top. So I'm going to do this, that one that way, this one this way, and then start going bigger. Maybe just cut this in half and do I don't know if there's any rhyme or reason to why what happens, but we'll see how this one comes out. What I'm thinking is a big old urn, because my idea is to be able to just make it, say if I could make a really good urn and get them at this funeral homes, then it's $200 a piece. They sell them for $400, and it's still less expensive than one of those brass ones. So I think what I'll do before anything else is a lid. Which is going to require me to find my I got some calipers around here somewhere. So these are cool because you can measure this side and then
Inside diameter, outside diameter.
damn things have a name, but I can't remember right now. Right. If I do this just right, I can hopefully get that scraped off. Just gonna use the side. Here comes the funny part. I used to be a lot better at doing these big ones, but got rid of some air there.
Yeah, I heard it. Now you're compressing the bottom again?
Yep.
Yep, same kind of thing. It takes a lot of pressure.
Yep. Well, it could be a little softer clay. That guy that you were talking about from England,
Yeah.
he probably uses really soft clay, because that's their thing in England. They do the really soft clay. They learn how to throw that way. I can't throw with that soft clay that this English guy that was working with us. He was the same way. He couldn't throw with this hard clay. It's a little bit harder to throw this red cane anywhere because of the mixture. The different clays are all a little different. Some was wetter than others, but the thing that has it going for it is I have to leave it thick anyway, so I don't have to try to get paper thin pieces.
Oh yeah, because you're going to carve so much of it out.
Yeah. I'm already letting it go, so it's about this thick.
Yeah.
And if I take half of it away, it doesn't need to be too much bigger for an urn. But it's still a little too thick down here, so. And now what I'll have is, I'll have a straight part right here that I'll carve in.
Okay.
And I'm going to undercut this part for a foot. And then I'll have to close the lid at the top of it for the lid to fit. not making it any thinner there, I'm just following through. Now I gotta get the bottom cleared from water. Drop my sponge. Okay. Now, I got enough measurement to get to.
Oh yeah, for the lid, you gotta get the, so the lid will fit.
Yep. Little shoulder on there. Okay, so this inside part, it's almost exactly right on. Just got lucky. That can't really be much closer. We'll see what it looks like after I straighten the sides. See all that water just running off?
Oh yeah, just presses it right out.
Scrapes it right off the surface there. And I wonder what's inside this one.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Sometime tonight we'll scrape it and see what's in there around 7 o'clock tonight, maybe, or something. I'm guessing.
Yeah, that's it.
As close as I can get, so I'm just gonna round it out, make sure it's scrape this and get what you think is going to be interesting without scraping too much and making a hole in the thing.
Gotcha.
So that's the first scrape. And now I can still feel, I might be able to go a little bit deeper next time. It smears right there now.
I see it.
And when that reaches bone dry, that's when I can take my sandpaper and sand it, and it'll take off that last little edge off.
Yeah, and it'd be clear
And
again.
it'll be clear again. There's quite a bit more here, but it doesn't mean there's not anything. This is cool right here, this little horseshoe, but there wasn't anything more happening up there anyway, so I don't really have to go that deep. That's as good as it was before, so I'll just start going down. That looks good there. If I went deeper and I saw something very cool coming, then I would go deeper on everything, but it wasn't that much better. The deepest one is right here, and it doesn't seem that like anything all
It's
that
better
than
down
that.
deep.
This was actually, it looks cooler. It looks like a cow with horns coming out of it.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes really interesting things. Yeah, exactly.
This is your favorite part of it, this, I bet.
Yep. That's pushing way too deep right there, I imagine. I can't really tell. No, it's okay actually. See, that was really a deep cut, and that's where I go through, and I don't like doing that.
Yeah, of course.
Then it costs me a lot more work. But that might be the more interesting. Then I'll round these other sides out too later.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, but that's not bad right there. There, now some neat stuff's happening there.
Yeah, very much.
Only 2 more. There's another one.
Actually, that, oh man, I see a
That
picture
last
in
one
there.
might be kind of the coolest one.
That's excellent.
I think by the time I get all that sanded out,
Yeah.
I sound these around because I find things in the negative too, going the other way, but it has to dry first. So that was the fun.
That is
on that.
awesome.
And I don't even think I need a knob on this. I think there's enough lip here. It's small enough you can grab it with one hand.
Yeah.
You can still. I think it's once I trim that after it dry. It has to dry quite a bit before I can trim a foot on it.
Yeah.
And then it'll be. I've made this piece of pottery with multiple clays, and I'm very anxious. I just want to dig in to see what comes out. And here we go. Got some angels. An angel. Oh, horns. Devil. From angel to devil. Now, I'd like to stop here right now and see. I can't go any more than that. That's as thin as it can go. So, pretty much, that's what we're gonna get all the way around. We can see, but ooh, nice. I like that right there. Let's see what we got here. Ooh, action.
Oh
here.
yeah. I see you leave about 1 inch, or
Yeah.
I'm gonna say 3/4 of an inch.
And when I get this sanded and this all that, there's a whole nother level that's gonna happen in here. We don't know that until we have to go.
It's almost like Cameo, where there's where you're looking at multiple or looking through multiple layers.
Once I get in a roll, that oh shit, that's what happens. Now I got a pull, but no worries.
Well, before you,
What we need to do is find one of these pieces as opposed to, there's good action right in here. So what I do is I pull that apart, and then what I'll do is I'll add that right back in there. But I don't have my, so now we have to pause the whole thing. Alright, this is how I patch this shit. I carved too deep in there, so I took a piece that I carved out, and now I want to put it this way. I'm going to put water on there, and take this tool and scrape it. That'll make a slip of its own. I don't have to put slip on there because this is making a slip right now. And so then I'll scrape this around there. And then thankfully this mug is big enough that I can get my hand in there. If it wasn't, then it's not as easy. Add that on there and just start working it in. It ends up being very cool. Sometimes even better than it would have been. So we got that problem solved, and we can go back to the next flute. That'll all get sanded out later. It'll be fine.
okay.
Try not to do it again because it just slows us down. One more. Then we'll put the handle on there somewhere. Hold on. Hi, my name is Byron Seeley. This is my painting. I painted it on corkboard. I use house paint. I call it post-abstract because I didn't know what it was until after I got done painting. So, I'm an action painter, if I can call myself a painter. Start somewhere and start action painting. When I got done painting it, I saw rabbits in the garden. And the rabbits were pillaging the garden. had a lot of fun doing this at my friend Cash Ross' place. I painted on board, and I used house paint that was going to get thrown away probably. Outlined each here with black, and I especially like this line here. It's white and black. I just left that little tiny strip, and I got these little squares here and these little dots here. This is one that me and my friends think is about the one that's the best one I've done. Well, this is my painting. I painted it. I just did whatever I could do. I like it very much because I think that after I got done painting it, it reminds me of a garden with rabbits pillaging the garden. One of my favorite parts about this piece is this one thin line.
I call it, well, some people call it a sling blade. I call it a Kaiser blade.
The reason why I like this over some of the other paintings I have is little details like right in here, these bubbles. I'm Byron Seeley. I have a painting I post abstract because what I did was I had no idea what it was. And the rabbits are in there pillaging or been painting rabbits in the garden abstractly. But it's post abstract because I didn't see it until after the 3 rabbits pillaging a garden. Or I call it, it belongs to the thrift shop and it's not for sale. I wanted $5,000 for it.
Okay.
After I got done painting it, I noticed that there's some bunnies that started showing up. Rabbits, that is.
We're trying to sell it. Oh, yeah, this painting is.
There's the zeros here. You can have 300.
That says
or
3,000.
Yeah.
So
you can
one of
wipe
them-
that off if you want to buy it right now. So, what I call post abstraction. The cork board that I found in the thrift shop, it says belongs to the thrift shop, it's not for sale. Next thing I know, I'm getting towards the end. I start seeing things. In this case, I see bunnies. And it looked like there was a fence and they kind of looked trapped in there, or not trapped in there. I don't know. Chicago would be awesome. I don't know. Florida.
What's your best place? Your dream place to have a perfect
Dream
studio?
place, San Francisco.